Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Rule of Waves 3 as Japan. So we are of course 50 months into this war. Okay, the war has literally been going for 4 years now. It's starting to drag on. I'm gonna be honest. Admittedly, last part we didn't really get too many fights, which I'm fine with because that's, not me avoiding fights. That's Russia actually avoiding fights for the most part. Obviously, I do decline anything that involves us getting close to Vladivostok because I do not wish to fight near Vladivostok. It is way too much of a hassle to fight them there. So no thank you, Russia. You can come to me. Let me get my timer started and well, let's see if we manage to end the war this part. I mean, we have like 3 times the VP. I was kind of hoping that it wouldn't drag this long, though admittedly we are getting some benefits out of it. Although I do feel like it could certainly be quite a bit better for the benefits. And of course we will lose most of those benefits as soon as the war is over. So we're sort of trying to make the most of it because we have stuff we got to do. For example, I need to get rid of the Sagami here, hopefully at some point in the future, because this ship was laid down in 1895, and it's 1933. The only reason it exists is because we haven't had the opportunity to build capital ships. Because we just don't get a budget. That's really about it. Yeah. We got to get rid of that thing. Personally, I'd make it a museum ship, given the opportunity, considering how long it's been in service. But yeah. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, laid down in 1895, was not commissioned into service until July of 1898. Nope, not interested in fighting that. Thank you very much. Commissioned the submarine SSI-210. 2 more destroyers, wonderful. Improved gyroscope, improved torpedo reliability, always nice. New torpedo bomber. You didn't show... Oh, well, no, excuse me. That was a torpedo bomber we already had. Never mind. Those weren't new designs. Oh, and of course we lost a submarine. Oh, no, never mind. We sunk a French corvette. Where the fuck are you that you're fighting a French corvette? I'm going to need to check on where I-194 is. Submarines, I-194. Where the hell are you? I don't know. I don't know where you are. You seem to have disappeared. Am I just blind? I see a 191, 196, 197, 198, but I'm not seeing a 194. Game, are you alright? I think you're confused. We don't have an I-194. Unless this is some sort of, like, shadow project submarine. Or is it one that got sunk? That's something that would make sense if it was something that got sunk, but it should have mentioned that it failed to report back to port. And I don't believe that was one of the ones listed as having failed to report back to port. And I don't think this lists submarines. Oh, it does. Wonderful. I-194. Caught in a submarine net. Great. But yeah, I don't know where you were. I do not know where you were operating. You sunk a French corvette, so I'm assuming you sailed to the Mediterranean. Why we had you go to the Mediterranean is anybody's guess. Oh shit, Italy. Did you just activate a whole bunch of ships? Because you suddenly seem to have more stuff here. I'm pretty sure France was beating you before, but all of a sudden you have a bunch more ships. Not that I have a problem with you having more stuff, that's always nice. I realize we have mismatched destroyers here. I don't like that, but also at this point, it's just kind of easier to suck it up, basically. One thing we are going to do is we're going to go with oxygen fuel torpedoes. I want my destroyers to be much better. We're not going to put it on cruisers, though, because that just seems like a terrible idea. I'm trying to think if we want to do diving shells. I'm inclined to say yes. Also, we're probably going to swap these around for training priorities the next time around. We don't have it actually applied right now, I'm pretty sure. Because I think I might have said earlier that I think the game automatically renews it. I believe that is actually incorrect. It doesn't. I don't believe it actually does it. I could be wrong about that, though. No, maybe it does, because... I'm trying to... I wish this would break down what the exact cost of the extra training is. But... now you're going to make me pull out a calculator game to double check this, but that looks like that should add up to the correct amount. So do you auto-renew it? If you do auto-renew it, that is actually nice. Saves so much time. That is correct. So it does seem like you auto-renew it. That's actually very nice. But yeah, we're going to swap that. I don't think I care as much about torpedo warfare at this point, really. It has its uses, but I think at this point I might care more for the damage control. We'll leave it as it is for now. We'll maybe revisit that in the future. Probably when missiles come around, because torpedoes aren't nearly as useful when you're firing anti-ship missiles from beyond visual range. Also, Almanac, how is everybody's dockyards? Everybody's got a bigger dockyard than us. Do we want to build our dockyard up? Sure, we got a little bit of money. We can afford it. He says before the war ends and they proceed to break the bank. There we go, Air-Sea Rescue, wonderful. Do we want to institute an Air-Sea Rescue service? This will improve pilot survival in wartime, but will increase air-related maintenance. This is a one-time choice. Yes, I care about our pilots enough. Sunk a couple more French corvettes. Indecisive engagement between Italy and France in West Africa. Why are you fighting in West Africa? Trade disruptions from raiders and submarine sinkings are causing hardship and food shortages in France. Wonderful. Oh, yep, we're losing money again. Why am I not surprised? I don't have any ships that need to be added into a division, so nope. I will fight you here if you say yes, but of course, Russia says no. I can't fault them for that. But I wish they would say yes. Study of enemy ships and tactics has helped our research in fleet tactics, 500 psi steam plant, 2% weight savings on machinery, rate of fire improvements, light AA effectiveness. Russian destroyer sunk one of our submarines, and in exchange we sink a Russian corvette. I don't think that's quite a fair trade, but I guess we'll take it. Food shortages in Russia. I believe that is the second time. Maybe third. I will fight you here if you say, yes, please give me a Corvette. Or excuse me, not a Corvette, a cruiser. I don't want the Corvette. Give me a cruiser, specifically a CA. And of course it's CLs. Well, okay, we got a fair bit of time, so maybe we can do some damage, but they do outrun our Natakas here. And they will outrun the destroyers because the Matsukaze is going to slow us down, and so will the Minakaze. If this was just the Akaze and Namikaze, we'd be fine. You gonna get any reports from the ground bases? I mean, they've got quite a bit of crossover in this region. But I'm not seeing any reports. Yep. Nope, I don't care to keep searching. Oh, well. Great job, 162. Heavy damage to a Russian destroyer. Oh, I think this might be the one that, is this the one that did damage to us? I think it might have been. Or not, well, not damage to us, but I think this might have been the one that sunk one of our subs. So we got revenge, if it was. Oh, and they were way down south. Jesus. Yeah, there was no way I was... Our track did not have us going all the way down there at all. But, okay, they did start in the right direction, but they headed way south, and then they... I don't know what the hell this spaghetti is here. Oh. I would love to give you peace, but why are we having issues with bread? We shouldn't be really shipping anything from foreign countries when it comes to our food supply, I would think. Evidently, I might be incorrect in that assessment. Oh, Advanced Director, I love you very much, game. And 3,000-ton destroyers, wonderful. There are rumors of mutinies in the Russian fleet. Ooh, Russia's not doing so hot. You've got a mutiny. I believe these are very different ships when it comes to their speed. No, they're actually all 30. Never mind, I'm an idiot. Aircraft types. Okay, we're already getting a new dive bomber. Never mind. What do I want to do with this money? I wish I could do something to decrease the unrest. Maybe use some of the naval budget to buy food or something for people. Just something to, you know, calm them down, because I don't need a revolution happening when we're so close to winning the war. Here we go. This is much more like what I like, game. Thank you very much. Oh, ooh. Oh, you gave us the brand new Hosho. I don't know why you gave us the Hosho. This is supposed to be a cruiser action, isn't it? What the... Yeah, it's a cruiser action. What the hell is a CV doing here? But sure, we'll launch scout planes. I am very confused. I will have the Akashi go ahead and follow along with the CVs to keep them safe. I don't recall, do the Takaus have diesel? I don't think they do. I think they're oil firing as well. Damn, that's some decent range actually on our... Oh, a BB, you say? That doesn't sound quite right, but I'm going to take your word for it, game, and I'm going to say let's prepare a strike for it. It would help if I also choose the right thing to do. Auto-select strike. I think you'll do a good enough job with that. Why are you wanting medium bomb? Oh, they might be outside of your heavy bomb range, actually. Yeah. I guess. Well, you know what? I think that is a lot of stuff that'll be launching, so it might be fine. Let's go and ready the strike as is. You claim there's a BB and a CV. I would love to sink both of those given the opportunity. Okay, there's a CVL, which realistically is probably more accurate. I don't believe they had a CV down here last time we looked. Annoyingly, I'm not sure if we're actually closing on them or not. You all ready? Yes, select ready. We're going to do a slight change. We're going to choose the latest here. And I'm going to say, I don't think they actually have a destroyer or a dreadnought. Excuse me. Why do I want to say destroyer every time? I'm going to say that it's probably a CV or CVL, maybe two. And one of them got misreported as a dreadnought. So I'm going to tell you to prioritize CVs. I'm going to tell you to follow the most recent track. We're going to attempt a coordinated strike. Launch. Yeah, send them per carrier. That's fine. I legitimately do not care how you do it. Granted, I say that, but I think the Hosho is literally just launching a single strike wing. So it's not really going to be a coordinated strike for the Hosho, but the Zuiho is going to have a coordinated strike. We haven't gotten any updated tracks, which I'm not a big fan of. And somehow they ended up way the hell down here. Okay, I think our scouts are terrible at reading maps off the when flying over the open ocean. I realize that it's hard to, the lack of landmarks to use really doesn't help, but Jesus, you guys seem to be probably far off. Pull our carriers back because I don't know if they're attempting to launch, well, maybe not launch, but if they're attempting to make a run for our carriers. Okay, that has them, in theory, going south for the reported heading. But I don't think that's right. I really don't. It turns out I was wrong. They are, in fact, heading south. Not due south, like I believe they were reported, but they are heading south-ish. There's a CA. Well, at least what we're reporting as a CA. It's well, actually, it might be a CA since we have a CA. Okay, now you guys need to prepare your strike. So auto select strike, change of plans. We're going to go for this CV down here. We're not going to do a coordinated strike this time. Ready strike. Yeah, looks like two CVLs. I'm assuming that this one that we're currently identifying as a CV is in fact actually a CVL. But we'll confirm that a little bit later. Okay, there we go. Yep, two CVLs. Let's slow down to normal speed. Did we get a hit in? Yeah, we got a hit in with a 10-inch gun from the Takao. Managed to land a hit on the Oleg. Yep, wonderful. Another hit on the Oleg. I think that's the rest of the strike wing. Ready strike. Update the CVLs here. No, don't bother with a coordinated strike this time. I just want them to take off as soon as possible and get in there. I need you guys to turn straight on towards them. Also, Russia, there you are. I'm looking at the completely wrong thing. How fast are these, do we know? Okay, well, we have one we're claiming 18, another one we're claiming 23. They're the exact same class game, so they're going to be the same. So we're going to go with the 23 as being the accurate one. So we should be able to catch up to them with the Chikuma. Which has also apparently decided to adopt the Russian white all of a sudden for some reason. I'm not sure why. In fact, it looks like all of our ships have. Yes, for some reason, opening up the almanac has apparently caused our ships to decide that they are suddenly Russian. Enemy aircraft attacking Light Cruiser Division 1. 6 torpedo bomber, MiG-35s. Holy shit. You're already at 35 for your MiGs? Damn. Also, torpedo bomber? Using a MiG designation? That sounds so weird. Okay. We damaged one aircraft with the fire from the Takao. Takao jammed its X turret. Don't know when you jammed it, but apparently you did. Oh, I should probably tell you guys to head back in this direction so you get engaged just a little bit faster. Luckily, I don't think the enemy has changed their heading, so hopefully our strike wing is able to roughly read a map well. And we'll actually head in the right direction, hopefully. But I guess we will see. One of them clearly cannot because they are heading north for some reason, despite the enemy's bearing having been to the southwest. One is heading due west because they did not read the southwest part. They read it just as west. This one is also heading basically due west, so we're not going to get a strike off again because our guys can't read a fucking map. You're doing a little bit better. You need to head south quite a bit more, buddy. Chikuma took a torpedo. I don't know how the Chikuma took a torpedo because the torpedo bombers are way over here by the Takao, but okay. I don't know where your best bet to go. Probably head for Gensen because that keeps you out of the enemy. That has you head away from the enemy. And we lost sight of them again. Chikuma's sinking because of course it is. I really wish our aircraft could learn how to read a map. I really do. It would be wonderful if they could learn to read. At least, I don't know what it is. I guess some damage was actually done to them now, so we are doing a decent job of closing in, but night's coming, so we're not going to be able to really see them all that well going forward. And of course, this is a destroyer home. This is, destroyer territory now. You're going to head south, I'm sorry. Need you to try not to get too close. So we lost a older, not ancient, but older light cruiser, and in exchange they're going to lose a destroyer, and that's it. Maybe a few aircraft, because we did medium damage at least one aircraft. But yeah, we're not gonna find them again at night. It's just not gonna happen. So Russia wins that because they did more damage to us. I am going to fully blame our air wing for sucking at reading maps. Italy, please don't do that. New dive bombers. Oh, this one is, here we go. I'm liking this, the Kyushu, the XDB-68 here. A fair bit of speed. And it's got the best range out of them all. And it has a bit of a heavy bomb, which is nice. Oh, Jesus, this is maneuverable. Holy crap. Yeah, we're taking that. Do I have the money for another Hosho? Like, just. Let's get another Hosho out. It's gonna be the Akagi. Oh, that's a fun name. No, I'm not fighting you up there, and you're not going to fight me down where I want to fight. So we're just sort of at an impasse, Russia. Don't let them off lightly. Negotiations lead to peace without compensations or... God, who the fuck let that happen? The fuck let that happen? Either way, Shigashima... Oh, okay, fine. We can wait a while. That gives us... You guys are going to have to significantly increase my budget. You are going to complain if I have less than 8, but guess what? We have 6 right now. And that's including the ancient thing that really should be a museum ship at this point. Well, we're going to mothball you because you're not useful. The Tsukubas are going to head in, I think, for a quick rebuild to get advanced fire controls, specifically advanced director. We can improve the secondary guns. We can also give you dual purpose secondary, which is just love it. You go from 15 to 31, and that's without having an AA director, which I'm going to give you now. I think we're also going to go ahead and just drop the tertiary guns altogether, if I'm being completely honest. Let's add the medium AA guns, and then basically any extra weight is going to be used for giving you a bit of extra ammo. That is cutting it very close, but I suppose it's as good as we're going to get. And of course, these still have the exact same guns as the Sagami does. 12-inch guns. They're not the greatest, but they get the job done. Also, at this point, I'm inclined to say, let's go with probably late Dreadnought. Well, maybe it's a little too early for late Dreadnought. We'll wait till the 40s, I think, to go into a late Dreadnought turret era. Yep, go ahead and do that. That's going to be expensive. Basically, everything else is going to go reserve fleet at this point. Air groups, if you're not already reserve fleet, you're going to go reserve as well. And, oh, look at that. We're still losing 20,000. So I think we're going to go ahead and say destroyers, you're going to all be mothballed to try to make us something. You know, we'll just mothball the entire fleet, I'm sure. Sure, that won't come to bite us in the ass at all. Not at all. What's the worst that could happen? You guys, yeah, you guys are going to have to significantly increase my budget if you want me to do stuff. Because I am halting as much stuff as I can, and we still can't make it. Okay, never mind then. Reserve fleet, mothball you. This gets us 10 turns. You guys need to increase my budget in 10 turns. Preferably over the course of 10 turns. Okay, that gets us a little bit more since we finished that light cruiser. And those rebuilds should finish now in just a moment. Okay, well, one finished. The other one, I guess, got delayed. Formation of British naval aircraft of the type Avro Atlas have crossed the Atlantic, led by a prominent air marshal. The press is asking you to comment. We should strengthen our air defenses to guard against long-range aerial bombardment. Thank you. Now I have money again. And that was not a terrible attempt at a, like, Richard Nixon oh, that was a destroyer. That's why it was so damn cheap to unhalt the construction. We can build larger carriers, but guess what we don't have the money to do? Build larger carriers. I know, shocker, right? Upgrade those to 5-inch guns, thank you very much. We will find a way to make it fit. Exactly how we plan to do that is anybody's guess, really. I think you're going to have to do an expensive replace machinery, because, yeah, I don't know, unless I take some off the turret. You know what, maybe if the game will let us, yeah, we can take some off the turrets. 12-inch guns, that's fine. That's fine, I'm sure. Or excuse me, 12 inches of turret armor, I'm sure is just fine. Let's add some more medium AA. Now, is 4 AA directors really the best? I don't know. It's 11 to add 1. It's 3 to add a second. It's 4 to add a third. And then it looks like another 4 to add a fourth. And that is very expensive. That's 26, 52, 78, 104 weight. I don't care too much about the actual cost. I'll admit, the reality is, now it's also weird that it goes 11, 3, 4, 4. Why is the second one seemingly significantly worse to add than the third and fourth? To me, that doesn't make much sense. But whatever. We're just gonna, I think, try to move on now. Out of curiosity, can we? Yes, we can. It is gonna be very, very expensive to go and switch to diesel. And granted, if we don't even switch, we gain quite a bit of weight that I can use to give us some more ammo on the secondary guns. Of course, this is going to be a significantly more expensive build because it's going to be 12 months now, and it's going to be this monthly cost for the same period, or for that longer period, rather, excuse me. Although, so it's an extra 4 months for about another 4,000, or excuse me, 400. I suppose that's not, like, significantly different. In all reality. Maybe it's just me. That just doesn't seem significantly different. Oh, no, excuse me. So actually, realistically, it's like an extra 100 a month for an extra 4 months. And we can get a faster acceleration. Also, can I make you faster? How fast can I make you before the game says no? 28 knots. Very, very expensive, but a 28 knot dreadnought with but this is the older one with 14-inch guns, and 14-inch guns aren't bad, but do you really need to be 28 knots? Probably not right now. I think we can keep you at 26, and we'll sort out maybe making you a bit faster later. We'll use the extra weight, I think, to give us some more ammo. Let's just basically add an extra 100 rounds per gun. I think that works. So it's gonna be, God, this is gonna be very expensive. Luckily, we have a little bit of fun money saved up, but yeah, that's gonna be very, very expensive to actually do. We'll also free up a little bit of money when these submarines finish building, because they are much more expensive to build than they are to maintain. New destroyer commissioned. Let's go ahead and get that added into a division. Actually, 2 more added in divisions. Apparently I missed that one was finished. New dock completed. That'll save us some money as well. Ooh, did we take a Hosho for 22 months at a 10% discount? I mean, the Hosho is kind of nice. I wouldn't mind it. But we also don't quite have the money for it. Well, actually, it was only like 2,000 something, so that's like 200 savings. And some change, obviously. I don't recall the exact cost of the Hosho off the top of my head, and I don't have the ability to check that. I don't also recall how long it would take to build. But of course, we have the ability now to design a new aircraft carrier that's bigger. Although the Hosho carries quite a bit of aircraft at 25,600 displacement. Do we need a larger carrier right now? Like, the only benefit of a larger carrier would be maybe the fact that I could get it to 100 aircraft, which is about where I cut things off generally for aircraft carriers. And maybe have weight left over to be able to make it jet capable later. Switching a non-jet capable carrier to being jet capable, though, is very, very expensive in terms of weight. It's absolutely ridiculous just how heavy it is to make those modifications. I'm going to say screw it. We're going to take the offer. It's going to be the hear you. Sounds wonderful. What the fuck, Italy? Also, why Why is there a fishing boat from Italy that we can say was in a restricted area, indicating it was within our territorial waters, presumably? No, I'm gonna... Sorry, Italy. I don't... Oh, thank you, game. I literally just rebuilt some dreadnoughts that have 12-inch guns. Granted, again, 12-inch guns aren't the greatest, so I don't really care too much. We'll probably send them in for a quick rebuild, because that should be a very quick rebuild. But we're going to wait until we actually, you know, have some money. Oh, I think the Hiryu is going to get built before the Akagi. Back our ally unconditionally, because I need the money. Kawanishi has developed a new naval patrol aircraft, and it is faster but has less range, so I'm going to tell them to piss off. Yeah, you know what, screw it. The Hiryu is going to get built. It's not bleeding us dry. Steel industry wants a stronger navy. They want us to convince the Prime Minister to increase naval expenditure. We're going to tell them yes. I will speak to the Prime Minister about the importance of a strong navy and the steel industry for the national well-being. Unexpected advancements in submarines, improved welding, 5% increase to reliability. Streamlined shells increases gun range by 5%. Guess what, game? I don't really need that gun range. If I'm being completely honest, I don't think it matters nearly as much as you think it does. No, sorry. You already offered me one more. I can't quite afford the third. Well, excuse me, technically it'd be the fourth one. A world cruise for our cadets. Yeah, for our younger cadets is planned. We're gonna send some of our newest and most powerful ships. Weight savings on the hull, which would have been useful for the Yashimas because of their rebuilds, but oh well, too late. Looks like we're pissing off Russia again. Which I'm not a big fan of. Oh. Okay, the Hoshos are going to get rebuilt. Also, stop spying on Russia so much. I don't need to piss them off that much. Same with, honestly, France. Now, I'm going to say, I didn't say it outright before, I just sort of hinted at it. I want the diplomat who came up with that peace agreement that we apparently made with Russia and France. Yeah. I'm not happy with that guy. Not at all. I don't care for 6-inch dual purpose, to be honest, game, so feel free to just not give it to me, but if you're going to do that, at least skip it. Theorized about magnetic mines, but it might be beyond the state of our science at present. Thank you, but guess what I'm never going to do? Use those. New medium bombers? Sure. Admittedly, I don't have the ability to look at ours and see what I would maybe want to improve on it, but let's just stick with the tried and true range, I guess. Oh, right-wing politician is planning a coup and sounds us out for the Navy support. I mean, unrest is fairly low. I would hope that you're not going to succeed, but I'm going to say the Navy is loyal to the Constitution and will not support any illegal political activities. There we go. The coup fails. Your loyalty to the legal government strengthens the standing of the Navy and increases your prestige considerably. Thank you. Now, can you give me money? Sure, I will try to build you 20 more destroyers. I'm probably going to design a new destroyer. You know what? Fuck it, China. I'm going to give it to you. You want a medium bomber? You can have a medium bomber. Because I'm never going to get to go to war with you. You're too weak that the game will just basically come up with any excuse to prevent me from going to war with you. So screw it. You want my medium bomber? I'll take it. Presumably it gives us something when it comes to money. Now, we have the ability to design brand new 3,000-ton destroyers, so we're going to do that. Game, why are you doing single turrets? At this point in time, that doesn't make any sense. Do we really need 37 knots, game? Do we really? I feel like that might be a bit overkill. Just a bit. How about we do 35? I'll be honest, I think 35 is acceptable, but I suppose I should probably check and see what other people are doing for their destroyers before I say that with certainty. But I really think 35 is probably fine. Okay, I mean, we're claiming about 33 knots seems to be where most of the other countries are maxing out. 33, 30. Oh, well, look at fancy Britain over here with a 37 knot destroyer. Apparently, I'm incorrect on that assessment. Luckily, if it attempts to make a run at us, we'll just fire a bunch of 5-inch guns at it, so maybe we can try to do 36. France looks to have also been doing a 35. No. 5-inch guns, and you're doing 4 of them. Thank you very much. It is very, very important to me that you do it exactly as I say. You're going to take the minesweeping gear so that you guys can do minesweeping while on active fleet. Do I want you to do dual purpose for this? Maybe. Do you need an AA director? Probably not. You're going to rely, I think, more on massed fire to keep enemy aircraft away. I need to find a way to save... Well, slightly overweight, so theoretically I could do it. I suppose if we don't do diesel, I can. I want to do diesel if I can, but I guess we won't. Medium AA. You know what? I will give you 1 fire director for that extra 4. And then you'll get 7 medium AAs and 1 light AA gun, and there we go. Can we do... I think that's cutting a little bit close, especially if I want to do any upgrades in the future. Let's do... Honestly, I think 180 rounds per gun is probably fine. A little bit less than what you were going for, game, but it'll do. Yeah, I like that. I mean, I realize giving minesweeping gear to this thing halves our ASW value. Although, I'm trying to think. So our minesweepers are always on active fleet. They don't go on trade protection, so they don't need... Outside of needing more minesweepers in general to deal with mines, realistically, it's probably easier for our destroyers to just be focused on ASW. So we'll do that. And yeah, no, still can't do that, and I can't quite afford still to go to diesel engine on you, unfortunately. Let's... Screw it. We'll do 200 rounds per gun. And I will give you an extra light AA gun, so you have 2 on each side of the bridge, or where the hell you place them. Also, because I don't know what your design philosophy was, game, but maybe don't put the guns on top of the bridge is a smart idea. But maybe that's just me that thinks that. There we go. I like that. Do I have... what is it? Quintuplet tubes? Whatever 5 tubes is. And the answer to that is no. Okay. So let's design this, and then we're going to, if our budget allows, try to build 20 of those. Okay, reconstruction finished on those. Yep, go to build screen, and the budget allows 12, but I need 8 more. I can do 8 more. But I'm going to have to halt something then. I suppose I can let it go for a little bit. Kyushu Aircraft Company is asking if we could support their participation in international air race. This would cost us 200. We're going to say yes, this will help develop our aircraft industry. I'm assuming that that gives us some benefit to aircraft development. Presumably in speed, I would think. But I don't know. And the US wins with the North American Polecat B. For the fastest aircraft with a top speed of 203 knots. Did we gain anything from it? Evidently not. Okay, we're going to send the Tsukubas in for a very quick rebuild to upgrade their gun. I say very quick, and it is... Why is that so expensive? Never mind. We're delaying those plans, evidently. Advanced AA, or excuse me, Advanced Director for the Iwami here. We're going to go ahead and slap dual purpose there. We're going to go ahead and give you 4 AA directors. Do I need the extra 3 from this? I'm going to say no, probably not. Actually, let's see. You know, I could have sworn 3-inch guns used to be better than 4-inch guns for dual purpose, but evidently that is incorrect. I don't know why I thought that was the case. I'm going to say we're going to let the tertiary guns focus on being secondaries. Well, technically tertiaries, but they're going to focus on, you know, being anti-ship, namely destroyers, while the 5-inch guns are going to be dual purpose. Because they're just so much better at it. I mean, you see that jump, right? 59 heavy A factor with the 5-inch guns, or 40 with the 4-inch guns. Granted, of course, they are different size, so it's 47 when you have the same number. Because that does actually matter quite a bit. Now we have 500 weight that we can do something with. I'm going to say slap more medium AA guns on there. And that still leaves us with 400 and some change. So do we add more guns? Well, excuse me, more ammo rather, not more guns. Despite what I would like to do. We can't really add any more guns to this. I'm going to say let's slap more. Yeah, let's go to 300 there, and that's very expensive to do, so... But it's only 3 months. Screw it, we'll do it now. We will halt you and halt you so that we don't break the bank too badly. Italy decides not to renew our security agreement. Just send anybody, I really don't care. Woot, better invasion capabilities that I don't really need, because we're not planning to naval invade anything really going forward. Shatter-resistant shells, better AP penetration. Improved dive bombers we're having issues with. Make and finishes construction. Zoom U. Maybe don't resume you because I'm going to send the Tsukubas in now for their rebuild. Have 6 months. Yep, thank you for the prestige. Now, if only you would use that to give me more budget. Spain is offering to sell us the rights to AP projectiles super heavy shells. Sure, it's one less thing for me to research, and it's better AP penetration. New medium bomber. Ooh, I like that Nakajima. We're going to replace the Nakajima with a Nakajima. Quite a bit faster. And quite a bit more range. A bit more maneuverable, same toughness. Larger bomb loads across the board. That is a significant upgrade in the medium bomb. Holy crap. We go from a 600 to a 1600 pound bomb. 2 1400s as opposed to 1 2000. Yeah, you know, Nakajima, I think this is a nice design. The Yokosuka is a bit faster, but it has less range. And is a little bit less maneuverable. Not that I think maneuverability really matters for a medium bomber. Yeah, we're going to go with the Nakajima because I love range quite a bit more than I care for speed. Especially when it comes to something like a medium bomber, which sort of fills double duty as a scout for land-based. Well, I say for land-based as if it's for anything else. You can't stick a medium bomber on a carrier. Of course, nobody tell Doolittle that. But I guess it depends on if you consider the B-25 a medium bomber. I think most people do, technically. I don't know if the official designation is for it to be a medium bomber. I don't recall off the top of my head. But I believe most people say it is. Germany. Sorry, Germany. I love you. I would love to be friends with you. I really would. But I got to go for the win. Did we win? I don't know. Well, tensions increased, so I'm going to assume we won, but the game doesn't actually say. Which I feel like is an oversight. There probably should be an event that tells you. Ooh, unexpected advances in AA artillery. Better heavy A and medium heavy A effectiveness. And there we go. We have started unlocking radar. And we are going to immediately, once I find it, slap that puppy up to high focus because I want it ASAP. I need radar. There we go. Secondary director for CLs, or as the game says here, is enables secondar director on CL. Somebody kind of sort of forgot the Y in secondary. The Minister of the Navy feels that it is a pity that such a fine officer as Kaigun Shosho Harada, below average, well-connected, is without a seagoing command. He suggests that he be... no, he's performing a vital duty in the coal lighter and laundry barge administration. Electric torpedoes improves submarine attack capability. Wonderful. Better 6-inch guns. Not that we use those. Armor improvements, always nice. That's really about the only reason to maybe design a new carrier, is it'll have better armor, but the reality is a carrier should not be getting into any fights in the first place. Oh, baby, these are a lot better on range. Holy crap, I love them. I'm inclined to go with the Nakajima again. I'm sorry, Nakajima, you're going to get a monopoly at this rate because you're actually the only one who seems to do a good job. Definitely not going to attribute that to the fact that I seem to be picking you more often than the competition, but nonetheless. Larger bomb loads, not that that really matters for a naval patrol aircraft. Pretty decent speed improvements, but the main thing I like is this 763 nautical mile range. Holy crap, you can go far. Tensions with Russia increased due to historical enmity. And as they are uncomfortable with us controlling Northern Korea, get over it. Chemical oxygen generator, close to mastering improved dive bombers. Oh, the medium bomber is a bit slower. I don't really care. One thing I forgot to do. What is this? This is a CL. I need to add that to a light cruiser division, and that's my timer going off. So we're going to end this part in a few moments. We're not going to send the Shikishima in, I think, for a rebuild like we realistically probably should. Dual purpose this puppy up. I think I'm going to give you just the one AA director, maybe two. Maybe three. Do I want to do three? I can't really afford to do three. I think we'll just do the one. And we'll slap a little bit more medium AA on you. I can't really afford all of that medium AA unless I do a rebuild on the machinery, which I don't really want to do because that's expensive, and this is already a fairly expensive rebuild. So maybe we just do some light AA to supplement things instead, and there we go. 46 heavy AA factor on the Iwate here. And it's all right. I mean, it's got issues because it will always have a complaint about small salvo size. There's just nothing we can do about that outside of maybe downgrading you to a CL. I could maybe add some extra turrets in that case, but I don't know if I want to downgrade you to a CL. And that's assuming if you can be downgraded to a CL. You're 15,000 tons. I don't think you can build 15,000 ton CLs right now anyway, even if it is a refit. So yeah, I don't think we can do that actually at all. Let's go ahead and let these destroyers finish and then we'll end the part. Nope. Chemical oxygen generator. Better reliability again for these submarines. Cap efficiency, always nice. Let's free up a whole bunch of budget when these guys finish. Yep, there we go. Improved dive bombers. Improves dive bomber performance. Which I'm assuming means I need to research a new dive bomber to actually get the benefits. But let's get a new torpedo bomber instead. You know, we'll do one more turn for the Iwate to finish. And the Mutsuki. Well, two of the Mutsukis. The Ikazushi is going to take a little bit longer, evidently. Heavy or depth charges increases ASW capability. Nakajima's developed an improved model of the medium bomber that they just gave us last year, which probably fixes the speed issue that they had because they made it a bit sluggish. Exactly how that affected things, I'm not fully certain, of course. But here we go, 201 nautical miles max, or excuse me, 201 knots max speed, 159 knot. Cruising speed, holy shit, you increased the range. I don't think we need a new medium bomber at this point unless you give us something faster. That is a lot of range. Holy crap. I'll take it. Let's just let all the destroyers finish. Okay, there we go. That leaves us with 4,000 buckaroos to mess around with. The nations need to get advanced director. We're going to dual purpose your secondaries, and we're also going to replace the tertiaries with secondaries. In fact, we're going to, I think, just get rid of all of the 4-inch guns because they're not very good at the whole fighting thing. Let's try this again. So, I mean, you have 34 guns initially, but I don't seem to be able to find a way to afford to keep you with 34 guns, which means I need to get rid of the tertiaries for this to work. But that still leaves me 200 over. And of course, I want to add medium AA. $23 to $30 to, we're just going to, I think, do the 1. Because those are not very good improvements after the first one. 18 of the, I think I'm going to have to do a, I think I'm going to have to do replace machinery for me to be able to fit you on this rebuild, because there's really nothing I can remove. Unless I drop the seaplanes. But I don't want to drop the seaplanes. And hell, you're even carrying less rounds per gun on your 5-inch. The tertiary's at 300. Can I get you back up to 300 if I do this? I can't. Can I maybe switch to diesel as well? Wonderful, might as well. Can I make you faster than 28 knots? The answer to that is yes if I don't swap out for diesel propulsion. I can make you, you're currently 28? Yeah, 28. Give you an extra knot, get you to 29. How fast can I theoretically make you before the game says no? 31 knots, okay. So you cannot go faster than 31 knots, no matter what I do. Granted, 31 knots on a CA is ludicrously fast, honestly. I'm fine with 30 on a CA, I really am. Because most stuff is not going to outrun you that you care to engage at 30, 31 if you really want to push it, knots on a CA, realistically. The only things that are going to outrun you are going to be like destroyers. And your guns aren't really equipped for dealing with destroyers in a CA, so that's honestly kind of fine for me. Yeah, I think we're going to keep you with oil and turbine for now until we get the technology that like halves or something ridiculous like that, the weight of a diesel engine. Because I know it is some ridiculous weight savings that you get with the later tech that we just haven't gotten yet for diesel. I don't recall how much it shaves the weight, but it is a lot. It really is. And I'm 99% certain we haven't gotten it yet, which I think is the only reason. I think the Awamis or the Takao might have diesel because we could afford it on that one because it was designed from scratch with that in mind. Admittedly, I probably shouldn't have done that because, again, we don't have that technology yet, so it's bloody expensive in weight, and there's probably quite a bit of other stuff I could have done with that extra weight. But whatever. And, you know, to apply that weight savings whenever we get that tech, I'd have to do a replace machinery, which is expensive in and of itself and time consuming. So what's the difference between doing it later to switch to diesel and doing it to just get the benefit of a diesel engine on weight? I believe it's a similar story with gas turbine later as well. I think gas turbine is a lot lighter than diesel. But I think it's also a lot more expensive as the trade-off. While diesel is not really that much more expensive in terms of outright cost over oil and turbine. And of course, really, the main benefit for diesel comes when you want to increase your range to like long or extreme range. But whatever, we'll do it like this. It's going to be a 10-month build. We have 3 of those, and it's like 2,000 some change each. So, yeah, that's going to put us in the negatives again. But that's fine. We'll survive. I've really got to check on you. Do you have... yeah, you have diesel. I thought you did. But do the Awamis... no, the Awamis don't. It's the Takao that has it. It would also help if I actually selected the right ship. Also, yeah, yep, the Takaos have already fallen out as being an outdated design, so we only got the one. No, excuse me, we have the Azuma building as well. So we have the 2, and then I'm going to need to design a brand new CA, because we have quite a few improvements since then. Oh yeah, you guys are mine layers. I don't know why I made you mine layers. I don't really care for it, but whatever. We'll deal with that stuff later. That's going to be it for this part. I will see you all next time, where we will be, I guess, maybe finally seriously having an opportunity to attempt to rebuild. Because we actually have a bit of a decent budget. On top of, you know, actually having stuff to do with that budget. Namely, I need to design another dreadnought and then, you know, build a few of those so we can finally retire the Sagami, which managed to survive the war. The other ones got freaking ran into mines. If I recall correctly, both of the sister ships that had survived ran into mines. I know one did at least. I'm pretty sure both did, though. Or maybe one was torpedoed. I don't know. I really don't. I don't think it was torpedoed, though. I think it ran into a mine. But yeah, we need to finally retire the Sagami, and hopefully the game will give us the option to make it a museum ship, because I'm sorry, if it's lasted this freaking long, it should probably be in a museum. It should not be sold for scrap. I just don't think that's fair. Oh, let me finish up these. So I'm going to have some new destroyer divisions I need to make, because I am using all of the ones we have. Let me guess, we have like 5 left, so I'm going to be inclined to screw it. I will queue up one more Mitsuki. So we actually have 6 for that one. Okay. Now that's going to actually be it for this part. I will see you all next time. Until then, goodbye and farewell.